Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Demon here. It's the end of a long Sunday for me, and you know what we do on Sundays. We just have a little bit of fun, take a break from that deep analytical learning, and just do a fun little low-tier 1300 MMR game. I love these games. They're super fun to watch. Definitely a nice break from competitive games, hardcore mechanics and stuff like that. So let's see what these two teams have to offer. They're waiting until the very last second to pick their heroes. I don't think there's a single hero picked until like 4 seconds. Right there, I wasn't paying complete attention. But let's look at these teams. So on Legion side, we have a pretty... That's an interesting composition. I mean, that's actually probably the best quad carry composition I've ever seen, but that's like saying that's the best, terrible spoiled milk I've ever tasted. So, I mean, they do have one way they could lane this. They could send the Solstice jungle. They could suicide the scout. Maybe send Gravekeeper Gemini bottom and have the Pebbles mid. I'm sure they're not going to do that. They're definitely, in fact, not doing that. They're completely not listening to me at all. And they're going to do whatever they're going to do. I don't know if the scout is just warding or something. We'll see what their lanes are in a second. Meanwhile, Hellborn side, they have kind of an awkward lineup too, but, quite a bit better in terms of, role diversity. We are going to see a... we're going to see a Fade mid, a Lodestone Silhouette lane. Lodestone went Amulet of Exile first. So I don't know about that. I'm kind of speechless almost at that. But then we have a Nomad Valkyrie lane bottom. Valkyrie super, she's your classic woman, just so many pairs of shoes, 3 duck boots on this Valkyrie. She loves her shoes. I bet they're all different kinds, different colors. Of course, the icons don't show it, but I'm sure she takes great pride in her shoe collection. Going bottom with Nomad. Nomad is going to have a hatchet, so this Valkyrie is going to get literally 0 farm. We're going to have a support Valkyrie bottom, and I imagine this Lodestone is probably going to be ceding farm to the Silhouette, but we don't know. He does have an Amulet of Exile, so nobody knows what he's going to be doing. Meanwhile, we hear, whoa, Bottle first Fade. Bottle first Fade incoming middle against this Pebbles. She is going to be drinking it up over here. So she's going to be getting absolutely no last hits against this Pebbles whatsoever, who has a hatchet. Unless Pebbles makes terrible, awful mistakes, there will be no last hits to be had by this Fade. He went Bottle first. We are going to see a little bit of harass here, but nothing really going to happen. Although Lodestone, though, blowing his cooldown, not much though. He's too tanky to really do with that. So they're gonna lane a solo scout. They're gonna send him bottom though. Probably better to send him top in the suicide rule. But this is okay. This is an okay way to lane it. Gravekeeper Gemini is actually a pretty strong lane. Like, it's not the weakest lane in the world, so I can see how sending that long lane might be reasonable. Of course, I doubt anyone on this team actually considered that, but I can see how this is a reasonable lane setup. So if we look at the stats here, we're going to see Fade has 1 last hit in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So it looks like Bottle first not really letting her last hit at all. And here we go. Oh my god, the pause was skipped. I finally set it so it automatically skips pauses, and it's so awesome. It's so cool. So I'm actually wondering. I was wondering whether that was gonna work. I haven't tested it out yet, and that works splendidly. So fantastic. I don't need to skip pauses anymore. Whew. Ah man, feels good. So if we look at bottom lane, Scout doesn't look like he's getting too much. He only has 3 last hits. We are going to see, though, a dive on the Gravekeeper top by this Lodestone. Gemini's going to completely miss his stun. Absolutely. Oh, he's in, though. Ooh, Lodestone staying for way too long. way too long. Is there going to be a kill on this Gemini, though? Oh, here we go. Is the Lotus is going to hit? No, it did actually hit. It did hit, but it didn't kill him. Level 1 Lotus does, like, no damage. But Gravekeeper being a little too aggressive there. Managing to die himself. But Lodestone staying too long. And letting Gemini just paw him to death. Faye's Battle is going to be giving her all kinds of regen here. She's going to go in with a huge harass, level 2 stun. But still only clocking in at 2 creep kills so far. 3 minutes in the game. Fade very, very behind Pebbles at 14 creep kills. Meanwhile, Scout sitting at 6, which, you know, not the worst thing in the world for a solo Scout. Not the best thing either. Maybe needs to practice that sitting under the tower a little bit. But besides that, we are all A-okay over here on Legion side. We do have a disconnect, actually. Gemini disconnected. Nobody's going to pause for him. Poor doggy. We're going to see Silhouette actually took a lot of damage, harassing this Gravekeeper in the tower. Meanwhile, Nomad probably has a ton of CS right now. Nomad sitting at 23 CS, over 300 GPM. Nomad actually, maybe he watched my last hitting practice guide and did that. So as you can see, the pause was beautifully skipped once again, thanks to me setting pause auto skip on. I have to drop that. So as far as item pickups here, we really don't have any. Actually, nobody's picked up any items. We're gonna see boots on some people. Yep, just boots. We're gonna see Pebbles pick up a bottle. That's it though. No huge items coming out. No upgraded boots. Actually, upgraded boots just coming out on this Nomad. So Nomad, of course, at over 300 GPM, sitting on a pretty penny here, getting a ton of last hits against the Scout. You know, Scout's actually having a hard time in this lane because Nomad, with his incredible last hitting power, probably denying quite a bit. We're gonna see the rocket come out by Lodestone though. Gravekeeper though is really, really squishy. Takes a ton of damage from Silhouette's auto attacks. We're gonna see though down here more action. Solstice with double damage coming in, just trying to gank, but I guess he went in too far and sort of overestimated his abilities with the double damage. So right now we're looking 1-2 on Hellborn's side. Hellborn in the lead with the gold and experience due to this bottom lane. Nomad has been farming quite a bit. Silhouette managed to buy boots. And just in case you guys don't know, okay, everyone has gone through this. I know I did it. Every single person has done it. You go mid, you figure out, okay, well, bottle is a pretty good item when you go mid, right? Everyone gets a bottle, you get runes and stuff, that's fine. So then you figure out, uh-oh, Scout, watch out, one more auto attack from Valkyrie. Just barely getting away alive. Oh, but Scout is gonna come and kill her, and he's gonna feed Nomad too. If he had run up, then he would have been fine, but he didn't run up. We're gonna see some action top as well. Gemini and Gravekeeper going in on this Lodestone. Oh, but now they're going in Silhouette. Silhouette's escape mechanism is 100% down. Is Gemini's blink up? No, it's not. Oh, Silhouette's gonna go down. Lodestone, very low on health. Is Lodestone gonna go down? I'm pretty sure he is. Stun gonna come out or not. Feel like Gravekeeper could have probably killed him there, but it's better to be safe than sorry, right? I mean, you're under a tower. I'm not gonna blame him for not going on someone under a tower. That would have been absolutely horrific if he had fed a kill right there. But uh-oh, Nomad coming in with hit. Is that going to one-shot him? It's not going to. Oh, but Gemini! Oh man, I need to see the after this game. I need to check the chat logs to see how much Gravekeeper was raging at the Gemini for hitting the Nomad. That's such a bad feeling when you get away from a Nomad with no health left, and then he ults and someone on your team just auto attacks him once, and it kills you. Bad dog. And Speaking of chat logs, one thing that I do like about these games is that generally in these, sub 1500 games or so, people don't have mics. If I check the chat log for a 1900 game, a lot of times there's literally nothing there, because everyone's using mics. So I don't know what anyone said. So if I look at the chat log during a really big play or something, it's just completely silent because everyone's using mics. But in these low tier games, people tend to type more. Because they tend to be people. Oh, Nomad's gonna ult, and Pebbles is gonna sit there for a second. He was thinking, he was like, should I attack him while he's ulting? I don't know. And then he decided to go for it. Oh, stun gonna go out. Fade just going in with no health. It's because Nomad stole her double damage rune. Actually, Nomad stole her double damage rune. So because Fade didn't have a chance to follow it. But Nomad's gonna catch up to this Gemini. Blink, I'm pretty sure if he had kept running, he would have been able to blink away, but he decided to man up, to dog up, in fact. It didn't quite work out for him. In the end, he probably would have died anyway. Solstice is going to be gone on by this lodestone, but he's actually in trouble. No, he's not. Silhouette's here. Uh-oh. Ooh, Silhouette. Really close plays all game here. Oh, yeah! Says Mr. Soul Stealer on Solstice. Oh yeah, the power of the Japanese, We have a Japanese person on this Solstice, and he is very proud of it. But we have an invisible Fade here, going on the invisible Scout, not managing to do it. Valkyrie and Nomad scaring him away. Probably something being said about that. Mr. Soulstealer keeps going on about his Japanese heritage, saying that he has an honorable spirit. I'm sure he does. As Solstice is quite an honorable hero. I mean, look at how. I don't know. At night she's a sultry vixen, but during the day, it's like an honorable warrior with all that nice armor and stuff. So I can see how it would attract the eyes of a Japanese heritager. That's completely not a word. I just sounded so stupid. Japanese person. Uh-oh, though. Scout's gonna get hit by an arrow, but he's gonna go invisible just before. We're gonna see Pebbles, though. He's gonna come in. Is he gonna do anything, though? The Valkyrie's here. She's looking good. Valkyrie with, those items are really interesting. I'll get to that in a second, though. We have a stun coming from Fate. It's gonna hit Pebbles, and a ton of damage from Nomad. Just needs a Q. You need a Q. Nomad, Q him. Nomad, Q him. Oh, but we also have a Scout with no mana. Okay, so he's gonna kill the Scout. His cooldown's gonna reset, though, so his cooldowns are back. Is he going to find the Pebbles again? Yes, he is. Pebbles, does he have a stun up? He has a toss up. Pebbles, you have a stun and a toss up. Okay, here we go. Whew. Deciding they'd have nothing with that. But Solstice is going to come up here. Going to pick off the Valkyrie, though. Not sure how he did that. Probably used a combination of... Oh, but huge triple stun, double stun coming out from this Pebbles. Pebbles, though, going to drop. So that's 3 men down for Legion right there. Frozen Fire 27 on the Fade. He's like, you're such a noob. Oh man, I love the trash talk. I love it. Of course, I don't love trash talk. Trash talk is, kind of rude, but it is entertaining on Sunday after I just got off of, goodbye, Japanese guy decided that, trash talk. He would not abide this trash talk anymore, and he's going to disconnect. Will he come back? I don't know. This is looking grim, though, for Legion team. I mean, yeah, for the Legion team, we're, mainly because of this Nomad. It's only the Nomad. No one else has anything. In fact, the only thing anyone else on his team has is Soul Scream rings. There are literally 5 There's 5 Soul Scream rings on Hellborn team right now. Valkyrie cashing in her shoe collection. Gemini just gonna get casually picked off by this entire Hellborn team. So Valkyrie gonna cash in her shoe collection for a ring collection now. Being The woman she is, she probably, you know, when she was a teenager, earlier on in this game, she was a teenager, and she's all about her shoes, you know, she, like, oh my god, shoes, but now she's a grown woman, and she likes the bling, she likes the jewelry, so she's all about the rings now. I totally know all about this, too. I mean, I've dealt with women before. It used to be you buy them, like, cute things, you know, shoes, all these cute little bedazzle, like, maybe a phone keyring or something. But no, now they're all about bracelets and rings and stuff. So I absolutely know where this Valkyrie is coming from. Valkyrie's also going to disconnect, though, so we have a double disconnect here in this game. I can't believe 5 souls. 5 soul scream rings. Silhouette having 2 of her own. Ooh, Fade gonna be picked off by the pebbles there. Although, we have Nomad with a Firebrand and Phase Boots, so he's gonna be really big. Gonna see the Gemini here. Gemini is kind of, you know, not really doing anything. He's just walking around. But we are gonna see a Scout up here. He's gonna walk into Lodestone. Lodestone, actually intentionally avoided Scout. He's like, oh no, I'm about to blow up on the Scout. I need to run away. So, Lodestone just being generous. I don't know. So we're gonna have 3 people mid. Also Gravekeeper. Also going to be mid. Let me get back to items though. We're gonna see. Well, I mean, Solstice is disconnected. We're gonna see a stun on Silhouette. There's a ton of action in this game. I don't even have time to talk about items because everyone's just killing each other all the time. We have 22 kills in 14 minutes. That's like a kill every 30 seconds. Guys, you are like It's Sunday. I don't want to be worked this hard. All right, so we're gonna see a 4-on-4 here mid, except Scout ditches. Scout doesn't want any of that. Wow, Nomad's actually 7-0-2 with, you know, 70 people. Oh, but Gravekeeper's gonna just absolutely be pooped on right there. Absolutely, 100%. So 5. So I can't get over the 5 soul scream rings. I just can't. I just can't. There's like no upgraded boots though. Actually, on Hellborn team, 15 minutes in, 1 pair of upgraded boots. I don't really count Striders. Like, there's 1 pair of non-regular, non-Strider boots on this Hellborn team. And in fact, Valkyrie didn't even have boots until she reconnected. She had duck boots, but not like normal usable boots. She just had, you know, fashion shoes that weren't really useful for fighting that she just kept in her bag for maybe after the war was over. But now she finally bought real usable boots that she could use on her job. Pebbles walking into the biggest death trap I've ever seen. Absolutely going to be clobbered. Gemini though going in, gonna blink in, gonna use his skill on Lodestone, use another skill on Lodestone. Does he even have his ultimate skill? No, he doesn't. I had a funny suspicion when he never used it. Fade though, taking a lot of damage. Is she gonna go down? No, she's not. Oh, yes she is. Scout's gonna pick her off from behind. Scout though, you know, still a few seconds left on his invis. Is he gonna get it off? Yes, he is. No dust or anything on Hellborn team, so he is gonna get out 100% A-OK. 100% A-OK. Indeed. Taking another look at the upgraded boots. Oh, but Scout actually going on this oh my gosh, he got the ultimate up. Are you kidding me? He got the ultimate off? That was ridiculous. Wow. So Scout getting a double kill right there. Like, that must have been 1 frame off of getting canceled right there. That marksman shot. Oh my gosh. Wow. Let's see that again, actually. I'm just going to go ahead and let's look at that again. There's Scout dying. Alright, let's slow this down. Let's see this marksman shot. Okay, let's slow this down. Zoom in here. Zoom in on the action. So he gets it off and dies like instantly. That was so close. He even had time to headbutt while the marksman shot was in mid-air. Point blank range. Wow. Really interesting things happen in this game. Very close calls. Though Valkyrie gonna be gone on by this Pebbles. Pebbles not quite landing the chuck in the correct place. Oh, but Nomad's in trouble. Nomad has his ult, though. Decides not to use it. He's hiding in these trees. Oh, Pebbles is going to be gone and from the trees by Fade. He's going to go down to the Nomad. Although Fade's going to go down herself. Nomad in big trouble, though. He doesn't have mana for his ultimate. He's not in trouble anymore, though, because Gemini just completely blinked in a totally random direction. I think he did, you know, those spinny wheels on games, like board games? I think he just used one of those, spun the wheel, and just randomly, whatever area it landed on, he decided to blink in that direction. Scylla's going to get away just fine with her double Soul Scream ring. How are these GPMs even working out? Wow, 18 minutes in the game, and we actually have every single person in this entire game at 200 GPM, except for this one shining pillar of wonder, this Nomad at 500 GPM right now. How is that even possible? I've never seen a game where literally how can everybody be at 200 GPM? Except for the Nomad, of course. I guess there's like no creep kills in this entire game. People have just been killing each other. We have 16 creep kills, 15 creep kills. Nobody's over, like, besides this Nomad, nobody's actually over like 50 creep kills. The average is probably like 20 creep kills. So, you know, at least it's a good spirited game, right? They want to get right to it. They don't want to kill these computer generated AI whatevers. They want to get right to the action, fight each other. So Lodestone is actually going to go on. He's going to ult. Ult's going to hit the scout. Scout's though going to go invisible. Do they have a ward though? Oh, they do have a ward. Actually, there was a ward placed by Lodestone. Scout's out of range though now. So Lodestone went in deep. His team didn't really react though. His team was like over here, so I actually can, you know, that wasn't Lodestone's fault. Oh, but Valkyrie is kind of just ignoring the fact that there's a Pebbles right next to her. Like, she actually just stood there and watched the Pebbles walk up to her. So, you know, maybe she was too busy looking at her shoes. Or maybe, or at her rings, that is. Now she has rings. Too busy looking at all of her pretty rings. Although Pebbles, though, in huge trouble. Fade's gonna go on him from using her ultimate. We're gonna see Frostburn Nomad. That's what he's gonna pour all of his gold into. Probably the worst item he can possibly get. There's only a certain number of items you can actually get in the game. If you look, you know, there's not that many. You have, I mean, if you don't count these real items, I guess there's a lot, but in the end, there's not that many offensive items. And Nomad went through all of them. You know, there's only a certain number of items you can get with 500 GPM. Nomad went through all of them, picked out the worst one, and bought that one. So Nomad finding the perfectly worst item you can actually... Oh, he actually did get a... he got a Dawnbringer, so possibly Nox... Nox possibly is going to be smurfing on this Nomad. Getting, of course, Dawnbringer on every single hero, so, you know, he went through the shop, he looked at all these big items, all these huge, you know, big tier 3 items, picked out, you know, he found the perfectly worst one and decided to purchase that. Probably to maybe make this game even, make it a little bit more even. So, you know, nobody really standing. Again, GPM's not getting any bigger at all. Let's check out these. Oh, this is a 4v5, by the way. Solstice never came back. So looking terribly grim for this Legion team. You know, Nomad, I think, will just be powering through them with brute GPM force. Because, I mean, Dawnbringer is a Dawnbringer, but still, 20-minute Dawnbringer is a thing. So, Valkyrie's Javelin is going to be dodged here. Oh, nice ult, actually. Going to catch this Solstice pretty well, but no follow-up on it. Oh, we are going to see a Legion team being very aggressive. Stun's going to come out, hit nothing. Oh, they went on the Illusion. Silhouette's Illusion was the one that they went on. Oh, we're going to see Pebbles, though. Pebbles going to go down. Nomad chasing after the Gravekeeper. He's going to go down. I mean, the Gemini is going to go down. The Scout's going to go down. Everyone's going to go down. Gravekeeper! Gravekeeper, leave! Run away, Gravekeeper! Gravekeeper. Deciding to go, and he is a Gravekeeper after all. I think he went a little prematurely to take his friends and bury them. I think he missed the memo where you actually have to wait until after the battle's over to go and bury your friends. After the battle's over. Oh, there's a ward here, though. They see you, Scout. They see you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ton of damage coming out. Scout goes down. Concede what was called. Not passed, though. Let's take a look at these items. Scout almost has a Rune Axe. He is going for the Rune Axe. Pebbles has nothing. He does have upgrade Steam Boots, though. Oh, Ward's nice. Scout calling out this team for being tryhard. Wards actually are surprising. I would be, I can imagine a 1300, oh my gosh, a ward, that's like a real event. That's a significant event. Like, they placed a ward. So, excuses coming out from both sides. Of course, this isn't really super juicy trash talk. This is actually kind of logical trash talk. I don't know. Logical, illogical. It's funny when people like make up. I've seen the most creative insults. Like, I can't even say them, but I've seen people say crazy insults that I've never even thought of in my entire life. Like, I don't even know. Like, you were adopted by a dentist. Like, they're elaborate stories with plot twists and all these things, calling people out. I remember back when I was a kid, it was just like yo mama jokes or making fun of you're ugly or something. Now people actually come up with legitimate like sagas and plot twists about your life and how it is demeaning or something. I'm sure you have too, just crazy insults. Fade, how long is her ult actually? Okay, so she still has 20 seconds left. She is completely fine. Scout, though, was picked up here with an Ion Silhouette. Did come out. And Legion team pretty much loses. Like, this is a lost game. Absolutely 100% lost. What? Was that an Alchemist Bones Gravekeeper? Yes, it was. Gravekeeper. Yeah, Gemini died. I didn't see it. Deal with it. So still, everyone around 200 GPM. No one over 300 GPM just yet. Oh, the trash talk. So, okay, this game's over. But, and, the items are the items. I think Nomad's going to be getting a wing bow next. Whatever. This game's 100% over. Just degenerated into a bunch of trash talk. But so I just want to, while I'm here though. So the other day when I put up my my last hitting guide. How I record my stuff is I record the video with Fraps and then I record the audio with, beautiful Stun by Pebbles, missing everything perfectly. So I record the audio separately. I record the video with Fraps and the audio with a program called Audacity. What that does, it lets me have better quality audio. However, when I did my last hitting guide, I forgot, I edited the audio, but I have the raw audio file for reference, and then I have my edited audio file. I accidentally put the raw, unedited file with my video. So, it had the outtakes, it had everything. It was like 2 times longer than the video. It cut out randomly. So I accidentally actually uploaded my last hitting guide with this unedited video. And I didn't check because I was like really busy with something. I didn't get a chance to check. So I go back like an hour later. I see, there's some views, some comments. Someone's like, "Oh, really good job, thanks a lot." Someone's like, "Yeah, great guide as always, good video." I'm like, "All right, nice, yeah." Okay, this game's gonna be over. I'm actually gonna bring up the chat log actually for you guys. All right, so here's the chat log. I'm just gonna have this in the background, kind of slowly scrolling. But yeah, so I uploaded that video, right? Came back an hour later, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's great, it's wonderful, good job, Demon, great job." And I'm like, "Yeah, good job, me, good job. I did great, yeah, that was wonderful." And then someone said, I think there's something wrong with the audio. Maybe you want to check it out." And I realized that the audio was completely unedited. It was it was bad. Like, all of the outtakes were in. It just cut off. Like, I didn't finish. I was like, so when you're last hitting, make sure you, and then I just cut out. Like, the video just ended. I was like, oh my gosh, this is awful. I mean, I had 4 comments saying what a good job I did, and suddenly I realized that it was actually that I had totally messed it up. So I do really like these positive comments. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But guys, come on. When it's clearly completely messed up and totally wrong, like it was completely unwatchable. I mean, you gotta tell me. Don't sugarcoat coat these things, guys. Don't do it. I mean, I know when I do a mistake. Clearly, these guys don't sugarcoat things. Don't be like them, but I mean, come on. Yeah. Give me some negative feedback too sometimes. And I actually do. I get really good feedback, and I really do appreciate the feedback that I get. So thank you guys. I do read all the comments. I read all the messages I get on the forums, on YouTube, when I post on Reddit. So definitely thank you guys for your feedback. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the end of a long Sunday for me. Closing it out. I'm probably going to go to bed soon. So, have a nice week. Look forward to some more videos as this week goes on. I try to do it daily, but life is life. So if you enjoyed this, make a comment, give some feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more videos, throw me a like, share, all that stuff, all that. Have a nice night, and as always, thanks for watching.